for being a member for a month. That's awesome. Also, Baby Blue. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty short live because I'm just had a long shift at work today. I had a long shift at work, let me tell you. Baby Blue. Oh wait, I'm doing the audio all wrong for Baby Blue. Baby Blue audio. Baby Blue sounds. Happy Constitution Day to the Cook Islands. The babyest Baby Blue. Baby Blue. Baby Blue. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're petting cats and being tired. Also, yes, happy Constitution Day to the Cook Islands. I hope you guys get to break away from the Queen. Or, no, wait, the Queen's dead. Sorry, the King. Sometime soon. Hi, Silvana. We're chilling with Baby Blue. I have cat hair on my hat. Well, you don't say. No, Baby Blue ran away. Let's go, Los Angeles Meowers. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Like I said in the beginning, and like I'll say again now that Silvana's in the chat, this is not going to be like a super. Oh, he's back. Baby Blue. This is not going to be a super long stream just because I'm profoundly tired and I had kind of a crap day at work today. Baby Blue. But Baby Blue is making my life so much better right now. But yeah. As I was leaving work today, I literally turned back to my coworkers and I'm like, I gotta go now. I'm dead. I'm dead. Pray for me. Or no. No, don't pray for me, but we're dead. Dizzy Comet. You have question. I might have answer. Shoot. Ask away, friend. If you eat socks and your favorite color is purple, how many waffles are you going to put down? What the? I mean, so it's food for thought. Does anybody else have an answer to this question? Because I don't, honestly. Hello from Argentina. Emiliano y Mariano from Argentina. Hello. Yeah, exactly. Animals relax us. But yeah, all right. The thing is that I don't eat socks, unfortunately, and my favorite color is green, not purple. But I'll love bite. I'll ask my brother. He likes the color purple. Or I'll ask the people who are in that play the color purple. I don't know. But on the subject of waffles, excuse me, so, good. It's a good question from Gina. So, it's not super technical. It's just, so, do y'all, do you want the complete story or the abridged version? Because the abridged version is basically, I got some cats. I was doing a job that involved me driving around the city a lot. I kept seeing other cats, and I'm just like, I'm gonna help them whenever possible. So I started carrying food in my car. Like on a slightly bigger story is that my my ex-girlfriend and I, we moved into an apartment that had pre-existing cats in the apartment, including one outdoor cat. Exactly. Food is expensive. How have tariffs affected you? Don't tell me. But yeah. So moved into an a place with a pre-existing outdoor cat named Thule, who I eventually ended up adopting for myself. And then during the pandemic, my ex and I, we were like this because a lot of people are when you're trapped inside a house with nowhere to go. So we decided to adopt some cats at some point, and we got two cats, Fred and Emily, from the LA Animal Services shelter, and they were delightful. And they were delightful. And then yeah, and then at some point, my ex left the picture. Not that long after that one, she let me keep the kitty cats. But then shortly after that happened, I found this love bug, Mr. Benny Bensta, on Ben Avenue in the Valley. So he was the first kitty to come off the streets. And when I first found him, he was super mangy because he's allergic to fleas. Um, he was super mangy, and he was not neutered at the time. He wasn't doing so great. So brought him home, gave him a forever home. Now he's a real munchkin of a cat, an absolute Bensta, a wonderful human being. Or no, wait, he's not a human being, but he's a wonderful animal, and I love him very much. And as a matter of fact, my roommate at the time wasn't super in to Ben because at that time it was just too many cats in the apartment. Um, so Ben actually went and got fostered by my parents for about a year, and then at some point moved houses or moved apartments. Um, Cooley, Fred, and Emily came with me. Ben was still at my parents' place. Um, and yeah, and at that point I was visiting the colony where Baby Blue used to be, but of course now he's at home with me where he belongs. Um, so yeah, so then I rescued Ben, and then that was a lot of fun. And then at the time I was working at a commissary kitchen. I've actually taken. All right, so here was actually one of the first ones. This is Emily. Um, she was one of the shelter pets. Whoop, sorry, Mishy Boop. Okay, yeah. Then Louisa, who's running up the stairs right now, I found she used to live underneath a BMW body shop. They they did body work, but exclusively on BMWs. Um, and she was in bad shape underneath, living underneath the Beamers, as it were. So we brought her in, and I was going to get her a forever home, but it turned out that she had stomatitis, and it became pretty obvious that she was not going to be able to be adopted except to somebody who like knew what they were doing. So she became mine also, and then there's just more cats, and at some point, yeah, at some point before Ben and Louisa came to the apartment, Thule passed away, unfortunately, at age 15. Um, and when that happened, I kind of really kind of cranked the rescue into high gear where I was like, you know what? Thule would want me to help as many cats as I could. So a lot of what I do it for Thule, for the memory of my dearly departed senior kitty. Um, and also because it's very it just so happens that the colony is across the street from my favorite weed shop. So like, sometimes things just happen like that. But yeah, when you but yeah, going back, when you have a job that requires you to drive around the city of Los Angeles a lot and regularly and oftentimes early, you see just how many homeless cats live in LA. And at some point I'm just like, you know what? I don't know how much I can help, but I want to help and I'm going to try to help. And that's how you do, right? You don't always succeed, but you do your best, and as long as you do that, then anybody asking for more is an asshole, if I'm not mistaken. Um But I did want to show you guys, even the non-lock people, you will enjoy this. This is a challenge lock that was sent to me called the Neely Gang, and we're gonna pick it open together right now because you guys are gonna love this thing. I showed this to my parents actually yesterday when I went and visited them, and even my dad, who for the record does not like locks at all. He was like, "This is super cool." So I could show you guys with the key, but that's not fun. So we are gonna open it by picking first. We need to discuss. Thank you, Gina, so much. You've been with me for so long, so thank you for sticking with me. Yeah. All right. The name of the lock is Mish Boop. The name of the lock is the Neely Gang by a lock picker named Bandito Brandino from Imperial County, California. Now, I've already taken the lock out. There's the key. Pretty funky looking, if I do say so myself. But it's just the lock itself is just a standard Schlage lock. All right, but let's examine the. It comes with so this is a challenge lock. So the Bandito Brandino made the pins and decorated it like this inside. But there's also, and there's a guest book where you sign. So here's David Romano, incredible work. Um, but yeah, let me give you all the backstory and then we'll pick it open. Because as you can see, it's kind of shaped like Honest Abe over here. So in 1876, 11 years after Abraham Lincoln's assassination, his body lay above ground his body laid above ground in a marble sarcophagus within his tomb at the Oak Ridge Cemetery outside Springfield, Illinois. The cemetery didn't have a groundskeeper living on the property, nor did they employ a night watchman. The only thing between Lincoln's body and would-be grave robbers was one locked door. That same October, a prominent Chicago-based engraver and counterfeiter named Ben Boyd was jailed at the nearby Joliet Penitentiary. An Irish-American crime boss known as Big Jim Neely was none too happy to learn that his most skilled engraver was out of commission. Big Jim soon devised a wild plan to secure Boyd's release. Neely's plan, as you might have partly guessed, was to steal Lincoln's body, stash it in the Indiana dunes some 200 miles away, and then demand $200,000, which is $5.5 million today, along with the release of Boyd in ransom for Lincoln's return. Big Jim persuaded two of his men, Jack Hughes and Terrence Mullen, to carry out the plan. November 7th was chosen as their best option to act, figuring it was presidential election day and people would be distracted. As thought out as it was, and after getting very close to pulling it off, their plan was thwarted. Two key factors were responsible for the demise of their attempt. One big one being that a third man they recruited was a Secret Service informant. The second factor was that single locked door. Although Hughes and Mullen were clear criminals, neither knew how to pick a lock. It took them over 30 minutes of sawing and filing to get past a simple lock. The gang had Lincoln's coffin halfway out before being spooked by an accidental firing of one secret agent's pistol in the distance. In the dark, a second group of officers mistook the shot to be enemy fire. The two groups of agents foolishly exchanged gunpowder, affording the gang an opportunity to abandon their endeavor, or sorry, the Kinealy gang, an opportunity to abandon their endeavor and make an escape. Had you been the third Kinealy gang recruit, would the gang have been able to get past the lock sooner? If so, you might have come eye to eye with the disturbed corpse of our 16th president. So, let's see if we can get into the Keneally gang in under a half hour. And I love this. He also did because it's at Oak Ridge Cemetery. Oak Ridge. Hi, Yet. Hi, Zoe the cat. We're picking open the Keneally gang. Oops. All right. Now, being a schlag, it's not super hard, but being a challenge lock, it's not super easy either. And once I find, but you guys, yeah. Well, when you defund the Department of Education, certain things happen. All right, so we got Honest Abe in lock form, which I love. All right, let's see if we can get open. Oh, whoops. All righty. All right, we got it open. What's up, Dean P&D? We got this. Or no, we don't got it open. We just got it in a super deep full set. Give me a second. Sorry. All right, now we're actually open. All right, ready? 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 You're gonna love this. Look at that. When you pick it open, the eyes glow. And they change colors too. How cool is that? How freaking cool is that? How dope is that, Bandito Brandino? What an excellent. Look at it's not super hard because when push comes to shove, it's just a Schlage mortar cylinder. But the amount of thought that was put into this by Bandito Brandino is just so incredible. From like the engraving work to the lights to the little like Lincoln top hat, which is actually magnetic and covers the battery. Or I'll actually take it off the device so y'all can see a little closer. Look at yeah. But I mean, look at basically what he did was, and I'll do it with the key this time. You know what? So when the cam touches this right here, as you can see that the wire runs down here, it completes the circuit. So technically, you could theoretically do it like that, but it's yeah, maybe Dean, but imagine just it's just a deeply impressive piece of kit. So yeah, and like I said, I showed this to my parents yesterday when I went and visited them, and my dad is not a lock person, and also he's not very good at doing what parents do, which is pretend to be interested in what their kids interested in. Um, so yeah, and even he was like, "Yo, that's dope." So yeah, I wanted to show y'all whoever hadn't seen it. I know some of you probably saw me pick it on Lady Lock's stream on Thursday, but for those of you who are not subscribed to Lady Locks, who are more fans of your boy David, that was dope, and I wanted y'all to see that. Even like I said, even if you're not into locks, the amount of care and craftsmanship put into that is just deeply, deeply impressive. And not just craftsmanship, but thought. Like the whole guest book and the story behind the lock is great. Like I've been doing challenge locks for a minute, Kale. I've been doing challenge locks for a little while. I've never put this much effort into like story or whatever. I'm just like, I like master locks. I want to make a master lock hard to pick. All right, cool. It's Master's Revenge number one, Master's Revenge number two, Master's Revenge number three. Yes, most of my challenge locks are inside master lock bodies. Benny, he's thinking about jumping onto that ledge, and it's a bad call, Benny. Also, but look, here's another one, also by Bandito Brandino. Look at the engraving on that sucker. Look how cool that is. Ah! This is this one's named Who put Bella in the witch elm? Yeah, yeah, Dean Bandito Brandino is d- uh, like. Let me actually take it one step further for the Kinealy gang. Lock and how Slavana. I will say this: the this lock itself started life as just a sergeant mortise cylinder, and that would, without the engraving, that would be a very good lock actually to put on your front door. But yeah, but look, yeah, but look, Bandito Brandino, he even made sticker like bumpers, like custom bumper stickers for the lock. That's that's what I'm saying. So much thought put into it. Yeah, it's just deeply, deeply, deeply impressive. Yeah, Dean, the purple belt locks, they suck. There are so many purple belt locks that I just absolutely hate picking, starting with Medico. In other news for the lock pickers in the chat, are y'all considering getting the Covert Companion Pro or not? To be honest with you, it looks very, very cool, but I think I'm gonna be holding off for now just because I can't afford it. It would run me out of my Covert Instruments gift card completely, and I yeah, I can't afford it right now. But yeah, exactly. It's $150 schmackaroos is just an awful lot of money. And I like if I still had $150 left on my CI gift card, I'd probably pull the trigger. But 150 out of my own pocket is a lot of money. Yeah, exactly, Elijah. I don't need it either because I have a Riv pick, I have a Riz pick, I've got Apex, I've got pretty much everything Covert Instruments ever made, as far as pick tools, except for the Covert Companion Pro. And like I said, maybe if the price goes down to like a hundo, it is exactly. I don't like I use the OG Companion, but not nearly as much as you might think. Like I just don't do a whole lot of bypass stuff. You know, I know Elijah. Where's P Dubs when we need her? It's okay. I can take care of it. It should be spelled coming Cumming for the record. Yeah, me 1 minute, man. God damn. Bomb clock, 1 minute, man. Me bomb clock. Oh yeah, yeah. It's really crass. Do me a favor, Serrano. I know you come in. Does he like my locks or my cocks? I know Zoe the cat's in the chat. Zoe the cat's generally pretty forgiving about this stuff because I do allow a certain amount of forgiveness and just don't.
if you don't engage, it is what it is. But here's my warning, Sorarmo. Do you enjoy getting snoozed in the chat every week by Pocket Woman? Because you gotta stop with the erect stuff. Like I know you're 12 or something like that, and you think it's really like um subversive. It's not. Almost everybody else in the chat has already actually had sex, and some of us have actually like given birth to children, or conceived children. And so, it I'm a single man. I wake up with an erection every other day. It's just part of life. I just don't talk about it in a public forum, except I just did. But like, you don't, you know, well, it's a little Purell, is what I'm saying. A little bit childish. Also, if you're all ready to maintain an erection again, you are not human because you should be in your what's it called, in your refractory stage. Yeah, same here, Dean. But it is. Anyways, we're moving on. But yeah, this, Armo. Here's your warning. You really need to stop that shit, or you're going to be snoozed, or you're going to be blocked. Like this is your one warning, and that's it. Like the mods can snooze you, but I can straight up block you. And I enjoy you coming into my stream, but like we really need to keep it a little bit like family friendly, somewhat. Like we've got enough crap going on with me accidentally letting curse words fly when I really shouldn't. So yeah, there it is. Is that going to be the sing along for today? Is we are family? I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Get up, everybody, say we are family. Dean P's up with. I got all the Dean P's in me. We are family. Where is Elijah Carney? All right. In other news, speaking of music though, like speaking of music though, guys, ignore this and see if it continues. Uh, Speaking of music though, for the hip hop heads out there, if you have not listened to the new Clips album, let God sort them out. Please do. It is exceptional. It is like yeah, this has been just a 2025 has been a shit year overall, but it's been a great year for rap music between the new Kendrick album, Clips. Who else came out this year with some fire, fire, fire? Um, there was a third one I can't think of my head, but yeah, I mean, honestly, between yeah, I mean, Dean, I was starting to like slack off with new music in general too, just because I mean, just age. Like you know what it is? When I was younger, I used to make fun of my parents, like, "Oh, you don't get into new music," and now I'm in my 30s, and I'm like, I'm listening to less and less new music by the year. But hold on, 1 second, folks. I got a dab. And hey, Dean, what's Too Short's favorite word? Beach. Yeah, a little dabsky dabsky. This is the face of a man who has just dabbed. Yeah, that's why they gotta say it like short. That's why they can't play on my court, can't hang with the big dog, stay on the porch, blow the whistle. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, Dean, I was kind of starting to like slack away from new music in general because, like, I mean, I'm a huge like I grew up, in high school and early college. I was, big into like alternative and the punk scene and whatever. And these days, that's a shell of what it used to be. A lot of the indie rock scene that I was into as a child or as a high schooler turned like they either moved on with life or some of them turned out to be absolute shitbird pieces of shit. And that's kind of how that happens. But whatever. But yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a rap purist. I don't need everything to be like, here, we'll do it in my face since we're just schmoozing. I'm not like a super rap purist. I don't need every rap song to be like that lyrical, spherical, miracle, spiritual, whatever. Um, it- but like it really was becoming like rap was becoming like brain rot with like rappers named like 070 Boof or whatever. And it's like, okay, we got O3 Greedo, 070 Boof, uh 050 Shake, what BKB to pack person. It's like, and I know I'm bastardizing names, it's intentional. You know, it's and look, I'm like I said, I'm not a super purist. I can make fun of like, okay, everybody now, thanks to the Migos, everyone's now is doing the triplet flow, which is it. Versace, 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 Versace. But like Versace, 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 Versace. But like the triplet flow was great when the Migos came out with it, but now everyone's rapping in the triplet flow, and also everyone's like trying to like doing their like everyone's doing like the future, like everyone's got the triplet flow and they've got the future, like I do coke or I do a lot of codeine and have sex with a lot of women of ill repute. So it's just like just we're codeine act like whatever insert brand name of codeine that people are into these days. Activist, walk hard. I don't know. So I got the best activists walk with bitches in Poland. Yeah, but I don't know. You tell me, man. Um, no, but yeah. Point is, while I was ADDing, uh, this was like, in my opinion, this has been thanks to I think it's partially due to the Kendrick and Drake beef of last year, but like hell yeah, this has been such a good year for hip hop in general. Like between GNX and friggin' um, like God sort them out from Clips. It's been just really good year for new hip hop, and it's really nice to see it. It's really great. It's really great to see it because it's like new music. I don't feel like I'm uh I sometimes I've referred to it and people's like my taste in pop culture as I age is starting to ossify it, like it's turning into rock as I age. And I think that's a common. Hello from Tajikistan. So yeah. I don't even know. So yeah, but it's like it's been a good year for rap. I also Yeah, I mean, I still feel a great I think, I think one of the reasons why people like, I think pe sorry, let me organize my thoughts for a second. Um, I think I I think, people tend to come back to the music that they were listening to in their formative years. That's why, like, my parents look so fondly on, like, the Rolling Stones, what else? Yeah, the Stones. I mean, my parents kind of the Beatles, but not so much. Maybe my dad more than It's like the music that you listen to when you were coming of age, when you were in your late teens to your, let's say, early to mid 20s, is like the stuff that like stays with you, like right here. It's like the comfort music. I don't disagree with you, Dean P, at all. You know, I have not. Wow, White Rabbit. I was actually into them when I was in high school when their first couple albums came out. They had some fun. They had some fun stuff, but they're one of the like I've kind of forgot about them. They definitely had some good. They was like some good shit, but like I don't know. As far as like early 2000s indie rock, like yeah, I've got. I mean, I was listening to a lot of Real Estate this week, and that's I'll always come back to Real Estate being just a dope band. Also, uh, just cool. I mean, and I don't necessarily mean that. You know, I mean, it's not like shut down completely. Like, for whatever reason, my mom is a huge fan of the Killers. I mean, I don't know. But my mom's in her 70s. Um, but yeah, like when in doubt, my mom, in the case of my mom, who is like I said, is in her 70s, she'll go back to her favorites: Dylan, Springsteen, um, the Stones. Like once you get into like, yeah, and I mean, Dean, for what it's worth, I think surf rock has some of the like greatest like guitar sound like that you can possibly have. Especially like what like you said, especially like you said, to be happy. Cause like if you want great guitar sounds, like we can also talk about bands like doom metal bands like Sleep, like that's some heavy shit. Or like what's that band I never got into them. I can I can I can I can understand the like the brilliance of it, but it's just not for me. Um, yeah, I mean, Nikki right now is turning into like a crash out queen, and you hate to see it, but I do love Party. I can't wait for her new album to come out. I'm a big Meg the Stallion fan. Like and in a way, Meg might be like I love Cardi's attitude, but Meg might be my favorite because she actually like writes her own lyrics. She's got bars, and like but yeah, but big respect to Cardi though too, and Bodak Yellow might be my all-time like karaoke song because I yeah, that song freaking slapped. She's made so many like just absolute slapper songs. Like Invasion of Privacy, her album is still like one of my most bumped albums of all time because just it's just hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after like yeah, where's the track? Where's the track list? But it's yeah, it's just fire after fire after fire after fire. Like yeah, friggin' I mean just yeah, Bodak Yellow, friggin' Get Up 10, friggin' Bickenhead. Uh I like it. Uh what else? S- the whole freaking track list, with the exception of like She Bad. which is kind of a bad like she bad, she bad, she bad, burger bag, she bad, burger bag, funny bag, funny bag. That song kind of sucked. But like Ring was good. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of the rest of the track. What was the one with 21 Savage? Bartier Cardi. Like, oh, just so many bangers in that album. So many bangers. Oh yeah, that one. WAP. Yeah. I mean, I think I will say one thing. It's one thing that kind of like I am excited for Cardi's new album, but I am a little. I mean, and it was gonna happen because like it was gonna happen, but like I'm a little disappointed that WAP and are also on the album. I mean, I guess it's par from for the course because Bodak Yellow was also on Invasion of Privacy, and that also came out like way before the album. But I kind of feel at this point that Cardi is super established and that they've been out for a super long time, especially WAP. Like maybe they should just stay as non-album singles and let them be like that. I mean, maybe. I don't know, but, money, get your money anyways, and it'll re-energize, both songs for sure, at least to some degree. Who knows? But, yeah, but I tell you who I'd like to see get back into rap is early 2000s Ludacris. I I would love to see Ludacris go back to his early 2000s Dirty South, like, just I got hoes in different area codes era, like, the fucking "Move, bitch, get out the way" era Ludacris. Oh, that was just just "It's your boy X to the CXO." With Exhibit, I can't think of anything but "Pimp My Ride," so it's like, yo, dog, I heard you like locks, so I put a lock inside your lock so you can pick locks while you pick locks." Okay, okay, guys, let's talk about Pimp My Ride. Because Dean, okay, maybe it's gonna be just me and Dean, but anybody else who loves Pimp My Ride, throw it down in the chat. Were you disappointed when you found out slash when it became public? Because you probably were thinking it the entire time. Oh, most of the shit on the show was fake. Were you disappointed, or were you just like, nah, I figured I knew that the whole time? Like, big whoop, like keep it pushing. Because I'll say one thing, I Yeah, exactly. It was fun to watch, and it wasn't really about like fixing up a car. Because like the one thing that I noticed, even as a kid, when I first saw it, when it was like on its original run, they never did fuck all to the engine. So I'm like, if this is if you've given them if they've got a shit box, you need to fix the engines, like the engine, transmission, and suspension first, mostly. Like, give them a new engine, a new transmission, or like make sure that the frame and make sure the rust is okay. Then put a zillion TVs on it. But like, no, it was about making cool shit on cars and just being creative. It was fun for what it was. Yeah, and some of the cars were a bit much. It was just like, okay, like like, oh, and yet I remember I'm I'm young, but I'm old enough to remember that because I have this like vivid memory of being a kid in visiting my grandma in Israel, uh, in Tel Aviv when she like and the hotel there had like the most basic like cable package, and they had no like they had like 2 or 3. Yeah, but yeah, at this hotel, they had like 2 or and, like, my grandma actually lived at this hotel. I said Israel, and the people watching instantly goes down. "Oh, shit, bad for the vibes." But yeah, sorry. I'm sorry I'm Israeli American, people, come back and watch it. I do believe we should be freeing Palestine for the record. Also, yes, video killed the radio star. But yeah, as I was saying, well, my grandma lived in this hotel in Israel towards the end of her life, and and it had the most shitty ass, like basic ass of cable packages. So there were no English language channels except two of them, which was MTV and VH1. And I just remember them constantly playing like that was the year. It must have been like '02 or '03 that Maroon Five's album "Songs About Jane" came out, which had um, "This Love" and "She Will Be Loved," which was yeah. You're probably right, Silvana. But yeah, I just have this like vivid memory of just like them having friggin' the music video for "Sticking Its Toe on Me" on just over and over and over and over again on fucking VH1 Israel. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean yeah. I mean they were everywhere, Dean. Dude, that album. I mean, it wasn't even the album. It was like 3 songs. It was yeah. It was "This Love." It was "She Will Be Loved," and I think there was a third song or a third single from that album that charted highly. I just can't remember the name of it, and frankly, I can't be bothered. But yeah, it was yeah. That it was everywhere. Yeah, but like I do kind of. I mean, you're speaking. Aren't we all, Blake? You're speaking my yes, yes. I mean, the entirety of yeah, yellow card. If I could find you, nothing would get better. Brass monkey, that funky monkey, brass monkey. Got this dance that's more than real. Drink fresh monkey, that's how I feel. Put your left hand out, your right hand up. Hit your head back, let's finish the cup. MCA rocks the bottle, he rocks the can. And rock gets nice with Tony Chan. We love the moment, we all like shivers. We have where we go, we bring the monkey with us. I can't remember the next line. And it's like, my key is D. Double R puts the bill most definitely. I drink brass monkey and I rock well. I got a castle in Brooklyn, that's where I dwell. Chat, brass monkey. I mean, dude, isn't it like champagne vodka and like orange juice or some shit like that? Like that sounds like an adventure. Old English 800 and orange juice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as a little guy, drinking an entire 40 of Old English will get me fucked up, and 2 of them will get me extremely fuck up. So it's like, yeah, as tiny person, the full 40 experience is a lot. Eh, I understand. First, but yeah, friggin' what is it? License to Ill is such a good album. The Beastie Boys are just wonderful. All right, big RIP to MCA. I was a freshman in college the year he died, and he was an alumni of the first college I dropped out of, which is where I was that year. And he or he wasn't an alumni. Sorry, he had. I was watching there's there. Oh yeah, I was watching the video of Intergalactic recently. That video is friggin' awesome. How they managed to shoot it in like a subway station in Tokyo, dude. That's just very like deeply impressive. Um, this see, you can be like all bench lock picking. This is how we're lock picking today. We're comfy lock picking. Um, yeah, dude, it is such a good music video. It's so dope. And also like yeah, they like yeah, it's so good. And look, not to be like, you know, I'm very much a tourist in hip hop because colonizer colors, but you know, uh, I definitely am of the opinion that the Beastie Boys were one of those members of the white people who really contributed positively to hip hop in a big way, and it's awesome. And yeah, I big RIP to MCA. I didn't finish the story. I was a freshman in Bard College in outside of Red Hook, New York, in Dutchess County. Uh, so I was a freshman there the year MCA died, and he famously got kicked out of Bard for um for throwing a mattress off the dorm room. So the day he died, a bunch of us tried to grab a mattress, spray paint RIP MCA, and throw it off the dorm room roof like he did, and we got caught by campus security, and fortunately we didn't get kicked out of school. Although later washed out anyway, so who gives a fuck? Um, really? Okay, okay. Question from Alpha Kenny One: System of a Down or Disturbed? Not even close. System. Fuck Disturbed. All right, see you, Dean. I'm probably gonna leave and say hi to my parents soon. It was one of the main Jewish fast days today, and also my brother and his wife are in town, so want to chat with them at some point, hopefully. But yeah, but yeah, to answer that question, but yeah, that's not even close. Disturbed never had an album like Toxicity, which is one of the greatest albums of the 2000s. Just banger after banger after banger after banger on that album. Like, and not just the big hits like Chop Suey and Aerials and stuff like that. Like, nah. The real Sound of Silence. Like, I find the Disturbed Sound of Silence to be one of the worst covers in the world. Like, you're free to like it if you want, and yet, but like the the way that it makes me cry is that it just friggin' butchered a classic Simon and Garfunkel song. That it didn't deserve that. But yeah, and I hate that Disturbed's biggest hit, Down with the Sickness. Like a lot of people heard like the radio friendly hit or whatever, but the full album hit has a, what you can politely call a child abuse solo, and that's fucked up. Like, but yeah, Toxicity as an album washes anything Disturbed ever did out the freaking water. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm standing on business with this one, and yet I'm sure he did something very interesting or whatever, but like That's just a it's a that's a there was yeah, that is I wasn't big into Disturbed, and I think it's aged like milk in the meantime. But, that's just me. That this is my opinion, and if music is deeply personal, and if you enjoy it, then you enjoy it. That's all you. Look, I got plenty of music that people are like, Yo, I fucking hate this shit," you know? But yeah, for me personally, between those 2, like I've just been saying, System by a freaking country mile. But, you know also, side note, speaking of metal bands, and big RIP to Ozzy, but recently, because it came out on I think both Sabbath and Judas Priest's official um YouTube channels. So recently, Priest came out, like, did a music video of their cover of War Pigs, which, as you know, I'm a big fan of as a song. Um, and I'm a big Priest fan too. Like, I fucking love Judas Priest. But can I say that I think Rob Halford's voice is maybe too good for War Pigs? Like, without that evil, like, kind of nasally Ozzy Osbourne voice, War Pigs is too, like, jock jammy almost. And that's the thing. Rob Halford has a fantastic voice. He's one of the best singers in the history of heavy metal. But he's got it's maybe it's just too much vibrato, in my opinion. It's like, Silvana, I've jumped in many a mosh pits. As a matter of fact, hold on. When I was in high school, I jumped in a mosh pit with a massive film camera and came out with photos. Let me see if I can. I wonder if I still have those negatives somewhere, but yeah. At some point, I had to stop because it was just like, I don't know what happened, but around like 2015, I just felt like there was just more and more like crowd killers in moshes, and it's just like, yo, what, yo, like, yeah, it's kind of a violent dance. I don't want to get beat up in this shit. Thank you very much. Like, yeah, there's a certain amount of pushing and shoving and all that, but like, do you really need to be trying to like inflict physical violence on people in that regard? Like, chill. Trying to fucking catch a case on in the fucking mosh. Hold on, Silvana. I do have some negative books over here. I don't know if they're the right ones. They're not. Sorry. Poop. Yeah, I'll have to look for them in my parents' house. Anyways, but I'll show you all one thing, which is similar but different. I might not have the negatives handy, but I still have the camera handy. And I want y'all to bear witness to something. Let me flip it around so that it's a better camera. Do y'all see this divot over here? That was from the mosh pit. The camera still wears the still wears the souvenir. Thank you much, Ricardo. Big fan of the Dodgers. Love that they're finally good. I lived through all of the McCourt years. Those fucking sucked. But yeah, now we're awesome, and people can kiss my ass. And if they're hating, because it's fun to be good. And come on, we're so much better than like the fucking Yankees. Anyways, yeah, the camera got washed, which is probably at the point where I figured out that maybe you shouldn't take a film camera this big uh to 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 a freaking mosh pit. This wasn't the lens, by the way. So oof, I don't use this camera enough; it's dusty. But this wasn't even the lens. The lens I brought was longer. But yeah, this camera was the one that got moshed. Clearly, it's seen some shit over the years. But also, this is my favorite camera of all time. It's where the 67 comes from in my username. Yeah. So if any of y'all are curious where the David Romano 67 username came from, it came from the Pentax 67 too. But yeah, greatest camera ever made as far as I'm concerned. Uh, the battery though is dead at the moment, unfortunately. I don't use it enough. Hello, True Builder. Welcome to the chat. It's been kind of an odd stream. I'm just super tired, so I'm rambling. Uh, but yeah, true that. Yeah, I mean, realistically, Silvana, I really should have just gone like, yeah, like if I was gonna take a camera, it should have been a 35 millimeter, not this massive. Or actually, you know what? I retract previous statement. Because all right, and if anyone needs scale, here's an AirPods case. Um, and for you lock picking homies, here's a Master 6835 slash American 1100. They share the exact same body. But as I was saying, I could have taken this medium format camera. It's considerably smaller, but no, big honking SLR for your boy. Ugh. But yeah, realistically speaking, I should have just taken the 35 millimeter. I just didn't like 35 millimeter. I loved 6x7. It was such a beautiful like aspect ratio for things. Anywho, y'all, I think we're gonna wrap it up probably when the clock strikes nine. Strikes nine. Sorry. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up when the clock strikes nine because I am lit hard. So let me. Oh, but in the meantime, let me tell you all about this work bullshit because it's bullshit, and we're just doing a schmooze session, which is kind of what I was hoping to do anyways. It's just a schmooze and relaxy schmaxy lock picking with these two brassy ace padlocks, which are very fun. So yeah, so on Saturday, or I'm sorry, on Friday afternoon, um, uh, one of the managers from Universal called me, and I was at my other job, uh, cooking, and one of the managers from Universal calls me. He's like, "Yeah, No, no hairnet needed. Yeah, the work was just, ugh. It's just so yeah. So on Friday, uh, one of the managers from Universal calls me and says, "Hey, David, just looking into your availability. Are you available on Saturday for a shift at City Snacks, which is like the snack shop thing, which is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be like you're heating up pretzels and like pretzel dogs and like quiches and shit like that. You just put it in the warmer for a little while, for like a minute, and then Bob's your uncle. But you know, but re- you know, but recently they added a new item to the menu, which is like this mac and cheese cone, and it's so work intensive, and everybody and their fucking mother wants one, and it sucks. Oh, so yeah. So Friday afternoon, get called. Hey, you want to work at City Snacks tomorrow? Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 7:30, or sorry, from 11 to 7. So I said, yeah, sure. I mean, I need the money. I need the hours for to rise up the seniority scale at Universal. So yeah, sign me up. But um, so and he said, "Oh, and by the way, what's your availability like on Sunday? Can you can you can you work that day too?" I'm like, sure, sign me up. I need the hours. And like, I even made a joke, like, it looks like I'm gonna be making a lot of those mac and cheese thingamajiggers. Uh, and so yeah, the past 2 days, 8 hours a day, I've been making friggin' mac and cheese cones, and my brothers, sisters, and non-binaries in Christ. Oh, my dead inside. First off, for like $17 or whatever it costs, holy fucking shit, why are you buying that shit? But number two, the build is so labor intensive and everybody and their fucking mother wants it. And they schedule like two chefs and like one or two front of house. And it's just, yeah, I'm going to have mac and cheese nightmares, Silvana. I'm absolutely going to have mac and cheese nightmares. So, yeah, so what we have to do is like they order these like Cubano rolls from a bakery. We have to cut the top off one of them, then scoop out the inside. So there's like so you've basically made like a Cubano bread cone, and you scoop out the inside. So you've made like an area to put the mac and cheese in, and then you put mac and cheese in, and then you fill it up with toppings, and you give it to the customers. But you just like when you have two chefs, you absolutely like, and the line is just, and they all want this. You cannot keep up with demand, and it's just freaking brutal, my dudes. Like it's yeah. So that's why I did the David is tired stream, because I'm zonked, my dudes. I'm like I'm dead inside and on the outside too. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Elijah. They do look very good. They're visually striking. It is an awful lot of carbs. And just wait until you find out that there's the regular mac and cheese, but there's two other flavors. There's the brisket mac and cheese, which is the best seller in, if I were y'all. Um, but it's like, yeah, it's like mac and cheese mixed in with brisket. Actually sounds pretty decent, and then topped off with fresh parsley. So yeah, I mean, I've just been doing so much like sawing the middle out of bread all day, and just like ice cream scoop after ice cream. It's just nonstop, because you just, like I said, you can barely keep up. Especially like, I mean, I don't eat food like that, you know. Also, I'm a chef. Don't well, and two things. Number one, never trust a skinny chef, so don't trust me. But number two, uh, like, I actually eat fairly healthy, relatively speaking. I don't eat garbage like that. And personally, and there's no way I'd pay $17 for garbage like that. I'll tell you that fucking much. But number two, when you're that active all day, you're gonna burn a lot of freaking carb. you're gonna burn a lot of calories. Oh, Silvana, I'm pretty skinny. I'm like borderline like Nazi propaganda photo of a Jew. Like, sorry, don't demonetize my stream, YouTube. It was a joke, and I am Jewish, and it's not even monetized yet. I would just like to monetize it ex post facto. Where's my 50,000 pride bar? Big questions. I was supposed to finish the stream at 9 o'clock. Well, I'll go a few more minutes. Yeah, heck with them. But yeah, I don't eat garbage like that, and yeah, you you wouldn't catch me dead eating that on a day when I'm not doing I'm doing fucking all. Like, yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, so that's basic. Thank you so much, True Builder. You rock, man. Big. Let me put a big heart on that. We should have like a thing like can we get some cat emojis in the chat for True Builder? So some meow. You can get some cats with heart eyes emojis in the chat. Meow. Thank you, Tony. We are the champions 2024. Are we going to repeat this year? Mm, maybe, maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But oops, Daisy dropped the tensioner, but it's okay because the lock is open. Hello, Blake the Gamer 5. We're being very lazy right now and schmoozing and talking shit. And earlier, I was giving my opinion about music, which was just another underqualified person with an opinion about hip hop in the 2020s. Or do you are you a gamer YouTuber? But yeah, that's basically the end of the story, as it were, Silvana. Like, it's just freaking brutal, and it's just like, oh, Tony, I have many much pets. Um, but you know, most of the videos on this channel when I'm not live, but most of the videos on this channel are of me doing cat rescue. So that's what this channel is mostly about. It's cat rescue and occasionally me picking locks and talking shit about shit. Because sometimes you just need to unwind with some random verbal diarrhea. Two, yeah, cats are pretty great. Love the kitty cats. Love the doggos. Also, it's just I happen to be in cat rescue, and also I would love to have dogs, but like I just don't have the time to give the proper attention to them. Whereas with cats, it's like just have more cats. Oh, the good thing is that when you're a cook at Universal, you don't really interact much uh with uh with the customers. It's just that I'm just sit like because it was nonstop. The biggest problem was is that you had precious few opportunities to stop and just have a drink of water. So it's like I'm just like, ugh. All right, Tony and Blake are probably curious about the pet situation in the apartment. Let's flip the camera around quite briefly. This is Baby Blue. He's my he's my n- newest addition to the crew, my newest rescue from the colony. Thank you for reminding me, True Builder. I'll do my best to get on it this week. I just gotta remember. So yeah, we got Baby Blue. He's the most recent addition. Now, the first members of of David's house colony are are the baby boy Fred. Yeah, Baby Blue seems very comfy. Let me take the camera off the tripod and we will walk around the house briefly. Yes. Whoops, oops. Yes, Baby Blue, the most recent addition. He's a very good boy. He's the he's the best Baby Blue. And then we've got Fred. He's the baby boy. Not the Baby Blue, he's the baby boy. He's one of my first cats. Got him during the pandemic. Had him since he was an 8-week-old kitten. They're his litter mate and sister, Emily, adopted them as a bonded pair. Yeah, he's a comfy boy. And then we got Benny over here, who is still over grooming himself. I need to give him the Microna Hex plus Triz shampoo, but it's gonna suck bathing him. Look, I bathed friggin' Fred, who's my best behaved cat, and he gave me that. So what this guy is gonna do, I'm not excited. But yeah, he's also a very good boy. Yeah, he's a very good boy, Benny is. And these two, they are best friends, Fred and Ben. They together they make up the Goon Squad. Goon Squad. Yes, Torty Queen. Speaking of Torty Queens, where's the other Torty in the house? Fred? Ah, there we go. Louisa! There goes son Sully. Louisa! She's he's another one of my rescues. She's a very good girl. And then we got Sunny, who's a very sunny girl. But yeah, that's the collection, the kitty collection. But yes, Tony, my condolences as well. I actually earlier told the story about how a lot of this is because my senior cat passed away and I kind of kicked up the cat rescue um after that. So yeah. Uh it's tough. It's always tough to lose a cat. Yeah. Okay, well, many people popped in with the kitties. So let me say hello to Shell, to Gerald Tim's Bucket the Third, to oh, that's all I have to say. But hi to. But if you're in the chat and you haven't said and you haven't been if you're walking, I call the stream. I can't even speak English. Discúlpame, no puedo hablar en inglés. Okay, quiero dormir. Eyes cannot eyes cannot do the live anymore. I has tired. I cannot have cheeseburger because I'm going to my parents' house and they're Orthodox Jewish, so they wouldn't eat milk and meat. But I wish I would have been at one of the locations where I could have made cheeseburgers, I'll tell you that much. It would have been way better than mac and cheese snow cones, my good God. Ah. I'm dying. It's all good, True Builder. We're gonna wrap it up really soon. I'm dying like internally and externally as we speak. Like I'm dead tired. Elijah, you know that non-dairy cheese stuff is just so gross. Like so nasty. At one of the locations at Universal, we also have an Impossible Burger that we have to put vegan cheese on, and it's like it's it's like what somebody like we we put at that same location we make a standard cheeseburger and you put American cheese on the cheeseburger. And I don't particularly like American cheese. And when I do cheeseburgers for myself or when I order them, like if given the option of not American cheese, I would do anything else. Big stretch. I would do anything else than American cheese. Friggin' Swiss, friggin' pepper jack, sharp cheddar, all better choices than American cheese. Opinion, like I said, if you like American cheese, it's not even cheese, it's cheese product. Um, you do you, boo. But for me, not really. But anyways, point is, but like that being said, I love eating an In-N-Out burger, and they use American cheese. So who am I to judge? American cheese can be good if everything else is good. It's just not for me personally. It would never be my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth choice. Um, but to each their own. And also, like I said, I love In-N-Out Burger. Some places you don't have a choice. It's either do you want cheese or not cheese. But but anyways, back to the thing. So in addition to the standard cheeseburger, which is not bad, we also do an Impossible Burger with vegan cheese. And I swear to you, it's like it's like somebody tried to like tell people at a factory how to make American cheese, but they were trying to tell them by like using a fax machine that was broken. Like it's like if if like this is like something that came out of a Chinese clone factory in like the early 2000s where it's like the instructions are not in proper English. Beep boop. Like yeah, that shit is nasty. Anyways, I was gonna make a short bit. Yeah, I'm sorry, Silvana. It's just not good. It's where's Anthony Fantano? It's not good. It's 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 not good. As a homeless person engaging in crazy 5150 style activities outside my apartment building at the moment. What is this? Why are you screaming? Mr. Benny. No, 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 no. Thank you. Benny. He's not so much trying to knock stuff down as if he jumps on top where he likes to be because he likes to be at heights. He's gonna frickin' knock over all my padlocks. Speaking from experience, he's already done it a few times. I love this cat. Benny, I need to give you a bath tomorrow morning, okay? You're gonna hate it, but it's gonna be okay. It's just water. Aguas. He doesn't so much slap stuff down, but he knocks stuff over with his tail and his feet because he just doesn't give a damn. He's like, I'm Benny and I do many things in many ways. Benny, Benny. See, look, dudes. I'm still wearing my friggin' kitchen shoes straight from the. I haven't even changed out of these. Yeah. Kitchen shoes. Oh, Benny is the boss cat. Sorry, I have white socks. I'm not super into white socks personally. I'd rather do like snazzy colors or whatever, but running low. Beep-beep-blue. Thank you. Uh, GGVR. Thank you. Yes, my feet do hurt somewhat, but not too bad actually. You know what? It's kind of honestly sometimes my feet hurt worse when coming back from working at the houses than working at Universal because at least I'm able to like stay active at Universal, whereas at the houses, I'm like sitting in, or not sitting, I'm standing in like one spot, like doing vegetable prep, and it's just, ugh, it's just like you sink into your souls, as it were, and then you're just like in pain. You gotta like move around just to like keep your feet active. Beep-boo. He's deep in thought. He's like, "What's going on? I'm a baby blue." It's all hard floor. I actually kind of don't like the special mats, especially because I feel like they're just like. I'll say one thing: they start to smell really badly, like like bad things. And right on cue, cat does yawn. Cat maybe is tired. Big cat tired too. Like the special mats are kind of helpful when you do stay in the same place all the time. But if you're like I don't know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. But yeah, I've in my experience, like the thing with those special mats, especially like the Comfort Flex type mats, like when the ones that are like soft padding, is you like absolutely 100% have to make sure they're off the floor when you mop them because they hold water in a big way and yeah, they hold water onto water in a big way. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, Silvana. In a personal kitchen, I totally see the point to them. Like, and it's kind of nice to have one like by like the sink. So like when you're doing dishes and staying in the same spot, it's like it's a little bit more comfortable than just like you know like I said, sinking into your shoes, basically. But like, yeah, in an industrial setting, like when they have that smush factor to them, inevitably somebody is going to mop the floors and they're still going to be on the floor and they're going to be like, oh, this is good. And they're going to start smelling like mold mm, eventually. And it's just going to be like, bleh. Baby blue, baby blue. Oh, he's a boy. He's a very good boy. Yeah, I don't mind the mats with the holes in them, and they especially like in places where there's a lot of like deep fry going on, because then you get really greasy, slippery floors. But these days, I think they often like will put like, especially in like restaurants that regularly get renovated, and Universal obviously gets renovated a lot, but they'll put like a non-slip layer into the floor, like as like a sealant in a way, so you don't have to have those mats for non-slip purposes, which is kind of helpful in a way because like then you don't have to deal with cleaning the mats, and cleaning mats sucks. Oh, baby blue, he's grabbing the phone right now. Yeah, they're heavy, they're greasy, they're yeah, cleaning them sucks. So yeah, it's really nice like when the floor itself has like a non-slip coating on it, and you just don't worry too much about it. Um, so yeah, a lot of the restaurants at Universal where they have a lot of fryers, they also have like a non-slip coating on the floor, which is nice. Some of them don't though, and then it's like whatever. And also, but like also just keep clean floors. Keep clean floors. Keep your floor clean. And also, hello, animals are awesome. Glad you could stop by. I've been saying for like the past 20 minutes that I'm going to call the stream. I really need to call the stream. Savannah even pointed out that my voice is semi shot, but Baby Blue is so cute. He likes to do the love bite a little bit. Pete's. Yeah, I mean, I was working at Universal until 7 p.m., so, here we are. Yeah. Meow. Benny. Benny. Benny's a good boy. And meantime, the Overwatch. Ceiling cat is watching you masturbate. And baby blue is just gonna. Oh, and baby blue is just a baby blue. She watch. She just looks so unapproving right now. She's just like, I don't think we should be doing what you are doing. I am Emily. Baby blue. Okay, I'm serious. It went okay, but it was just exhausting. So I'm like, I'm just, I will say this. I think these two, I don't think she's mad at Baby Blue necessarily. I think these two actually are like, of the, of all my cats that Baby Blue is bonding with, he's bonding with her the best, which is good. And like, he's very chill, so he should get along well with her because that's more his vibe. Like Ben is very rambunctious, so sometimes they don't always get along the best because like he's very hyper and he's up to no good sometimes. And she's like, "No, get off my balls, dude! Like, stop it." And Ben's like, "No, I want to play. I'm Ben. I'm Ben. I'm Ben." Yeah. Savannah's got the story for you. Animals are awesome because I'm too traumatized to tell it again. But yeah, I made mac and cheese bread cones all day and it was absolutely exhausting. And I never want to work at that venue ever again while they still have that on the menu. I swear to you. Give me a shift anywhere else, I'll work it. But god damn it, not that again. Or like if I'm working that venue, it better be like on a Wednesday or something. But not on a weekend. God damn. Like give me like the Wednesday evening shift. So, like, yeah, that would be my thing. Also, oh, Silvana, the one thing I didn't mention, and this is gonna be the last thing I mention, and then I'm gonna hang up because I need to go visit my rents at some point and hope and ask them if they had a good fast. But yeah, the area manager, who will go unmentioned and hopefully ungendered if I'm successful with this, but they are a real piece of work at times. And they decided to at some point just come in to this spot and just swing dick around the area. And yes, absolute positive micromanagement, just and like in a way that is counterproductive to the running of the place. And I'm sure that this person got the job that they got because they were qualified to get it somehow. But I will say this, I haven't met a single member of the cook staff, be they new or old, lead or line cook, that enjoys the presence of this person. Just yeah, just just very difficult. And so, yeah, they get on my nerves in a big way. And I successfully told the story without gendering this person. So that's right. If someone from Universal is watching this, I was critical of a boss, but I did not say the person's name, nor did I say the person's pronouns. So come on, come at me. Figure out who it was. And and if you figure it out, mazel tov to you. Get this person off the dick of the proverbial friggin' get this person off this book's dick because we really don't appreciate it. Which our job is hard enough without your buffoonery. Anywho, with that, with crazy hair time, I think it's time for me to take my leave because I am like big tired and and I still have to go visit my parents, which I'm still supposed to do. Although maybe I'll just pass out right here on the couch tonight. We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't want to know. We're dedicated to our favorite shows. Saturday Night Live, Monday Night Football, Dallas, Jefferson. Bye.